Bluff City Media presents the No Bluffing Podcast. Stepping up to the microphone are your hosts, Christian Ingram and Evan Hayes. Now, let's get to the show.
Nation, what's going on? I'm Chris Ingram.
And I am Evan Hayes.
And this is my style as well, making a special guest appearance. So if y'all looking at my eye, no, I ain't get fired on. I don't know what's going on over here.
Chris, bro, who done did it, bro? Tell me who it is, bro.
Look, if you see me in the woods with a grizzly bear, help the bear, man. Don't worry about me.
Wow. Okay, he's like that.
But no, man. It is a No Bluffing podcast where we keep it all the way real, all the way raw, and all the way honest about everything Grizzlies, man. Glad to be back. StreamYard is definitely setting a bunch of different screens, but we fighting through the screen. We done went over, we done went under. Evan done called out the pick. I done tried to. Man, we tried. We tried.
We spent two. We got a drop coverage on the back. We done everything, but
we're
gonna try to get through it, y'all. Try to get through it. Bro.
We here. You can't stop this greatness, man. But glad to be back for another week. This is gonna be a shorter episode. I know we say that it's a running joke. Sometimes we roll over, but no, this is gonna be short for show. Before we do anything, though, Evan, man, tell me about your week, man. How was your holiday? What you got going on in your side, your neck of the woods?
Holiday was smooth. You know, we kind of kept it small this year. Normally, I try to go like to my other people's houses, like around the city, or they come to our house, whatever. But it was really chill. It was just my parents, my brother, his girlfriend, my grandmother, me, and my girlfriend. So we kind of kept it all chill. My dad grilled. He loved to grill, so he had everything on the grill you can imagine. So Papa Hayes did his thing. And it was pretty chill weekend. We went to church together. All of us went to church together, so that's always good. Man, just another week. I'm almost done with these classes. I know you're almost done with your classes. So man, I have 2 weeks left of summer classes. So that is the big thing in my life right now, trying to get these finals out of the way. Because if y'all know, Chris knows, y'all know y'all took class during the summer. Summer classes finals are terrible most of the time. They're most of the time pretty freaking bad. Unless you have just a smooth teacher that's going to just message you and give you something easy. So we're going through that right now. But other than that, can't complain. Good. Summer's going by too damn fast. I'm going to have to go back to school in like a few months, and I don't want to. But I'm dealing with that. But I'll be fine. So everything was good, bro. What about you? What's going on with you?
Yeah, man. Same in my neck of the woods. Got that first semester done. Literally a month, like you said, making the summer go by fast just because you counted by weeks with the semesters with school. So done with that. I ain't got all my grades back, but it's looking up and up on that. So definitely glad to have this shit almost done, my boy. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna walk across this stage in August, boy.
He gonna be pimp walking. He gonna
I might tear some.
Man, gonna hit a backflip. He gonna do every dance move. He know Christian Ingram, and he
come on with it.
Do everything, bro.
I can't wait. But nah, man, excited to get done with that. The holiday was great. My parents came up, and so good to have just that the parent energy in the house. Yeah. I don't know if that's where this came from. Is you said something about the yard work? I had never heard that before because I do yard work every week. Now I never had this, but Pops, if you listening, I don't know if it's that new pest control stuff you had me mixing up or something that got in my face, man. And you see this all you. I'm blaming you for this. But we ate good, had a good time, man. Good fellowship, and back to the grind today for sure. So. Yeah, man, I'm glad to be back. Shout out to Rusty, my guy Rusty Whitten over at the $2 Sports Show tapping in with us, man. Hey, why you didn't give me the heads up, man? I know Sane had
some issues last
week. Man, it was my camera.
We've been suffering for the past 40 minutes. Like we was ready at 6:20 something, but we've been struggling for the past 40 minutes to get this show on the road.
Tripping. Our boy JD, man, appreciate you. Hey, don't tell Rusty. Rusty, just cut your camera off, man.
Rusty, don't worry about camera that. Don't talk to the kids. Talk to the dog or something.
Hey, what it do, my guy? What's going on with you?
What's up, big bro? How you doing, dog? I ain't seen you today. Come home. I ain't seen you today. I'm cooking tonight. It's good. So where you at, bro? Come on.
What you got going, man? But yeah, we're gonna get right into it, man. Today's gonna be damn near a news episode the whole time. We're gonna run through a couple different topics. Like we said, we're gonna be in and out of this thing. Not too long for sure. So let's go and get it popping, man. We're gonna start off The first topic we got today, it's a little bit multi-layered, but we're gonna chop it up about it. I don't know what's going on. Why is that so big like that? But anyway, latest news on Grizzly transactions, man. Had a couple things since the last time we talked. And we can kind of, chop it up, go back and forth, chop this tree, I guess you could say. Most importantly, I guess out of the couple transactions that have come through, if you want to say that, was over the weekend. The Grizz did go ahead and move center Jay Huff to the Indiana Pacers. We did get some draft compensation coming back for that. And immediately right after that deal got announced, Shams came right back with a Shams bomb. Not really, but I'll take it. That the Grizzlies did go ahead and sign Jock Landale that just recently got released from the Houston Rockets. As y'all know, they got like all the centers in the NBA over this offseason. So they had no need for him left. No minutes were on the table for him. And so the Grizzlies fill a void that they needed. So what were your thoughts? I know, man, you started spazzing out. I wanted to call you, but I was busy. But I was like, yeah, this ain't really this it. But I understand the logic behind it. So what were your thoughts? And then I kind of get mine on that move after you.
Yeah, if y'all follow my Twitter, my initial reaction was not the most positive. No disrespect to Jock Landale or Jay Huff, but I just wanted at least something more, So I had to ask some people around, watch some film, read some stuff about it, and educate myself on what Jock Landale would bring to the table. I still stand on. I wish we could bring someone in better. Not saying Jock Landale isn't a capable center, but I want at least someone better to because we're gonna not have Edie until December, January. So am I the happiest with potentially Jock Landale being my for the first 30 to 40 games of the season? No, I'm not. But after reading, I understand that his play style and his intangibles he has on the court would kind of help this team. He fits the role and fits the style that Coach Tomas Islo wants to play. He's a big body, sets a lot of screens and rebounds. That's basically what we all need to do. I was first looking for someone. I know he'll probably be in the pod. Mim Tiger Man. I know who I'm talking about. I'm probably mispronouncing his name. But he's in our shows a lot. He was telling me you probably want a splashier guy. I didn't want a splashier guy. I just wanted someone that I'm confident that can replicate the same production that Edie can have. And am I confident that Jock Landale could do that? Still up TBD, still to be determined. But I'm glad we do have a center. I don't think the Grizzlies are done. I hope we aren't done. But after coming down from the cliff that I was on, I'm okay with it. Do I think I wish things were better? Yes, but am I stopping my feet Zach Climb, this was a stupid signing? No, as well. So I'm kind of in the middle. I want to hear your thoughts on it because I got a lot of pushback when I gave mine and thoughts. So what is your thoughts on the Jock Landale?
My boy was crashing out. He said, "Man, this can't be."
What are we doing?
Yeah, we were actually sitting down eating dinner when that news came through, me and the fam, and immediately I was like, "This ain't it. There's got to be something else to it." And the more and more I thought about it, it made sense from a standpoint, kind of like what you said. This team is moving from the finesse type of ball that we've been kind of known to play over the last couple of years. We've seen what they are doing with the roster. As far as through the draft, as far as through trades, and hopefully, it's more moves to come, but it's a whole psychological, switch that's coming, and you starting to be able to pick this up, whether it's the summer league, whether it's the transactions, things like that. And when you look at it from that standpoint, especially when you bring back Santi Aldama, do you need a guy like Jay Huff on the roster when you got Santi that's presumably going to be, one of your main backup bigs? You don't. Especially when you're trying to get that dog mentality. We know Santi ain't got that. And then also, we definitely gonna need a backup center when Edie is healthy. So you look at it from a standpoint of Jock Landale. It was a lot of times and instances with the Rockets where they were kind of debating, is he able to be a starting level caliber center in this league? Obviously, it wasn't gonna work with Sengun on that roster, but they had spurts where that dude, I was looking through some of their history, and it was a point last season where they were talking about Jock Landale save their season type, you know what I'm saying? So he's a serviceable big for sure. Like you said, kind of made within that Steven Adams mode, which is they have a really great relationship and things of that nature. So he's gonna bring a lot of those intangibles, just a big body, setting screens, rebounds, He's got some passing potential, and just a lot more better fit of where this team is going. And so, for that standpoint, it made sense. But then, too, taking it a step further, they're going to have to strategically plan out, well, they already have it planned out, their moves as far as what they're going to do with this Jaren Jackson Jr. Renegotiation. And so with that, you look at it like this. They get off a guaranteed $2 million contract, which is not a lot of money, but they get off of that to where they can prioritize the Jaren signing. So they can, do that first. Then actually, it's already a handshake agreement that Jock is going to be on the roster. So it's just a kind of like a, waiting to see what hat is going to drop first. But what leads me to, we're going to talk about the Cole Anthony thing here in just a quick second. Obviously, that hasn't dropped either. We've been waiting on a buyout. We've been waiting on, okay, can we move him in a trade or something like that? And that hasn't happened. So you look at it from that standpoint, they're trying to clear as much cap space as possible, depending on if they have to do a buyout, where they're still going to have to pay him. It just won't be the full $13 million of what his contract is. And so you get off of that $2 million, you see what you can do in the buyout market, and you bring in a guy that fits the identity better than what he would have. It's a win-win in that standpoint. He's not the starting center like we would love, but do I think they're done with this roster? I don't think that too. So, it's one of them things to where if we look up opening night and Jock Landale is the starting center, am I going to be mad? No, because he has a lot of potential. And he's I listen to some stuff. That dude, he got a mindset that we like in the city. So I'm cool with it, but I need to see some other moves around the margins. I don't know really what you do at this point. But we'll see. I definitely want to see a couple other moves. So let's talk about real quick. I touched it up.
I got one question.
Go ahead.
I got one question.
Go ahead.
And we can get off of London, because this is my biggest thing. Like, all these things that people saying, I've read about the positives about Londale, that he's a physical guy, he has the highest net rating on the team, he has high IQ, he can pass. All that is fine and dandy, but I want people to answer, and people in the comments too, if he's this good, why has he never cracked the rotation on any of the teams he's really been on? Like, why has he always been a bottom of the bench guy? That's all I want to know. Like, I'm not saying he's trash, I'm not saying he can't help this team, but I'm hearing a lot of positive. I'm not hearing a lot of reasons why. Like, he's only a career 3.3 rebounds a game type guy, career 5.4 points. Like, I gotta hear the drawbacks. That's all I'm saying, because I'm hearing a lot of positive. I'm not saying y'all are blowing smoke or not telling the truth, but I gotta see if he was this good. Why the Rockets just release him? You feel me? That's what I want to know. And I'm not saying you have the answer right now, but I want to throw that into the atmosphere so we can have that dialogue.
I think a lot of it comes into play with his injuries. He definitely had some injury stuff, which I know as a Grizzly fan, you don't want to hear that at all. Like, the word injuries around here is like the candy man, but it's just the fact of the matter he has had that. And then also, like I said, it's just one of those things when Steven Adams came to the Rockets and he got healthy, bro, it was a better fit with him in Sangoon. And just, if you got to choose between him and Steven Adams, they have seen that lineup between those two bigs works better. Now, I don't understand the logic of bringing in a Clint Capella as well. That is kind of weird. So I guess if you want to put a knock on Lundale in that regard, then I can see that. But again, I don't think this guy, if he was dead set, let's say we didn't have Zach Edey, right? If they brought him in to be our starting center, like for real, I'm like, all right, that's crazy. That probably don't make sense. But I'm looking at it the standpoint that the upside of it is you potentially have a very solid backup center, or guy that can kind of get you over the hump that we wanted Bismack to be a couple of years ago. In worst case scenario, you have a fourth or fifth big when Zach Edey or whatever other move that they bring in. You have a solid fourth or fifth big if something comes up, because he is on a presumably he's going to be on a vet minimum. Not a lot of investment at that point monetarily. So I look at it's one of those things. I was talking to my dad over the weekend about this. You look at like Obi Toppin going from New York to Indiana. Nobody saw that Obi Toppin when he was in New York. And so I'm not saying that we're going to get that same value from Lundale, but it's one of those situations where you're buying low because you see some value there. And if you get that value, then great. But if not, the lowest, it's just me, bro. I think I would rather have a Jock Lundale, especially with the way that we're moving at center or backup center, over BC coming off his second lower leg injury. Like, I just,
and I get that. I don't want to come off as a hater that I don't think he can help this team. Let me stamp my foot.
Now get him, Ed. Get him, Ed. You call me hater. Get your brother, man. He hating, bro.
But my brother just texted me. My brother just texted me, but he was like, check his team and he's young and you're not starting him with the vets. I get that. But he also played in San Antonio and Phoenix before he got to Houston. And he didn't play on those teams as well. And that was before Wemby got there. And that was before, and he was back in DeAndre Ayton. So I'm not saying he can't, because I think he has potential, because I've watched film him. I feel like he has skills to like be very, 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 very beneficial on this team. I just need to see the full package, at least see what those teams saw, or we maximize the skill that those teams didn't see. Because if you go into your 4th year in the league and this is your 3rd team, like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, it gotta be something there. That's my whole thing. Like, I'm not starting, bro. That was before Wemby got there, and I'm not saying you should start with DeAndre Ayton. I'm just saying, like, it's a whole 82 games, and he has been hurt though. So I hope I'm wrong. I gotta watch my film. I gotta educate myself. I think he can be good for us, but I just really hope he pans out. That's all I'm saying. That's all. And I get the whole James Jackson. I'm nervous. Yeah. I'm serious.
If we get baby Jakob Poeltl, you mad? Like a Timu Jakob Poeltl?
No, of course not.
At event, I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take it. You know, it's a low risk, high reward type deal, and for that, that's a smart move by ZK. So, yeah. And my brother said, like, I'm gonna pull it up because I can't see good right now. But yeah, he ain't scared. Like, he fits like what this team wants to do. Right. He ain't scared of nothing. Like, I saw he got a few scuffles last season. That's what. If Ja gets taken out there, I know Jock Landale probably gonna come to his defense, and I'd rather have that than Jaren or BC or Santi being like, no, why'd you do it? Like, you feel me? So, you know, y'all educate me. I'm okay with saying I'm wrong, and I hope I am wrong. So y'all put me on game of what I'm missing. Not saying he's trash though. He's good. It's just maybe I gotta do some more research.
I had a couple of conversations. We're going to kind of switch the lanes here in a second. But I had a couple of conversations with some people on Twitter, man. And it's like, we put too much value sometimes, and it's like, that move ain't moving the needle. You know what I'm saying? Like, people say, oh, Zach Kleiman, he need to be fired over this move. It's like, bro, it's a vet minimum guy. I wanted a vet minimum center before anything happens. So, like, if he's the vet minimum center that we got for the summer, I feel like that's a win. But it's still other stuff you got to address. So it's just, you know, it's probably happening out of order.
Yeah, for sure.
We still got a couple months, so it's all good. We're going to touch real quick on this Cole Anthony thing. We still don't have an update on that situation. It was around draft night that it was going to be a buyout. I'm led to believe that there's still some other trade avenues that's being explored because we don't have some type of update yet. DeMichael Cole talked a little bit about it today on the same show earlier today. I would love to see, just real quick, I talked about it on Twitter, I would love to see them reach out to Utah and bring back Kyle Anderson, that you get $4 million off your books. You're still shaving down that salary so you can go ahead and do that Jaren renegotiation. But that's just something I would like to see, but we don't have really any updates on that situation yet. So as more comes out, we'll definitely keep y'all updated. Y'all will see it, obviously, in real time if you're tapped in like that. But waiting to see what's gonna happen, man. Because it's kind of done went past this point. I feel like we thought it would be, and it's mainly holding up that Jaren situation. So we'll see what happens. I'm gonna throw this one in here. We got NBA news going around. Let's talk about these buyouts really, really quick, bro. We having record buyouts that are coming through the NBA. Bradley Beal, he's being discussed for a buyout with Phoenix, over $50 million a season. We just saw DeAndre Ayton get bought out, a $35 million contract. Damian Lillard just got waived and stretched over a couple of years. Pause. What's going on with the NBA, bro? What are your thoughts on all these just kind of crazy, historic buyouts that we're seeing?
I think it just, number one, it's a bunch of it. The NBA is getting a lot more money, so they have more room to do these things, number one. And two, I feel like it's a supplement of the problem. Not even a problem, just the trend that the NBA is trying to get younger. So if you're an older guy on a bigger contract and you're not giving the protection for a younger guy, they're going to push you out no matter what. And if you're a young guy that, in DeAndre Ayton's case, does not give you the protection that we think you should be given, we're going to move on to you too. Like the NBA, we've seen like the past 7 seasons, we have 7 NBA champions. So everyone's trying to make those 1, 2, 3 big moves to like put them over the top. So we don't have a lot of time for people to get healthy or to develop. Like A lot of teams aren't in that mindset anymore. So I honestly just think it's a point where like, people are like, yo, if you're not producing right now, you're gonna get out of here, and we'll give you money if you can go somewhere else. Like everyone thinks like this is the biggest area we've had in parity. Within that comes a lot of drastic moves. If you would said 3, 4, 5 years ago they would have been buying out Dame Lillard and Bradley Beal, people thought you're crazy as hell. But now in a situation where Bradley Beal hasn't been productive to his normal level productivity over the past few years, has a terrible contract with a no trade clause. Dame Lillard was good, but just got hurt. Like the Bucks trying to move on, the Suns trying to move on too. So like it's a cutthroat game, bro. It's becoming way more cutthroat. So I'm honestly not surprised. Like Dame surprised me a little bit, but I understand the situation. But Brad Beal and DeAndre Ayton didn't surprise me at all. Like these guys aren't doing what they want them to do as fast as they want them to do, so they moving on. So it's just nature of the beast at this point.
Yeah, I think the CBA is kicking folks' ass in a way that they didn't really realize when they signed and agreed to it. And it's just one of those things where you having to find different ways to navigate. I don't know how I like the fact that all these buyout guys are more than likely going to be lined up to be a Laker. I just don't know how I feel about that.
I hate that. It feel like it's a feeder system at this point. It's just go to LeBron, go to Luka, go to Rob. Like they're just going.
And you're going to damn near be playing for free. You can sign in for a vet minimum and you're going to get more than half of that back in state tax when you go out there. It's just like, what's the point, bro? Like, there's plenty of other teams y'all can go compete, and get a chance at the ring other than going out there. I would love for them to go out to Orlando or somebody that's next up, but like going out to LA
or something like that,
Yeah, like
because it's so flashy, trash, bro. Like yeah, these NBA players are people's in the day. They want to go with the palm trees and the sunshine and the no state income tax and all that. So like, you don't find a lot of guys going like a Ty Jerome. Like we just are going to a situation that is not as flashy. You feel me? Like so even though as basketball peers, we hate it, but you have to, on the human side of it, I understand it, even though I hate it as a basketball fan.
Right. We got Chris Paul basically announcing his farewell tour is about to come up. He was on having an interview with, I want to say it was Jamel Hill, and asked him how much longer did he see himself playing, which I kind of expected that because last time he was talking about he wanted to get back to the West around his kids because he's been away from them over the last couple of years. I know his son is getting a lot older, getting high up in rankings and trying to play, ball and things of that nature. Thoughts on Chris Paul about to hang him up, bro? Like, what's your thoughts there?
It's kind of funny. Like, Chris Paul was one of those guys where I grew up hating because, of course, he played for the Clippers, and I was like, I hate you, Chris Paul. I don't want to do with anything. You are an enemy of the state. But now after seeing the production and the leadership he's had over these teams, I've grown a big amount of respect for Chris Paul. Like everybody talks about LeBron's longevity, but Chris Paul's right along with him, in a draft, 2 draft class after that is playing at the top of his game and still taking teams to the playoffs and still helping the young generation. So he's a legend, bro. First ballot Hall of Famer. I still don't like him as a Grizzly fan, but I respect him as a basketball peer. So I really have nothing else to say. Shout out Chris Paul. Farewell to. If you want to go anywhere else, go outside the West. All I have to say, you probably will stay in the West because that's how Grizzly fans get it. But I hope you go to the East and get your farewell tour. You can't get a ring though. I'm sorry, you have to retire without a championship. Then the prophecy will be fulfilled if people mimic him for the rest of his life. But other than that, legend. Still like him because of Grizz fan, but top 3, top 5 point guard ever in my opinion. So salute to you, my dog. Stay healthy like you have been.
Yeah. Chris Paul was definitely one of my first favorite point guards growing up. I was more of a wing guy as I was growing up, but when he hit the league, I was definitely tapped in with him a lot. Ultimately, till he went out to LA with the Clippers and did the whole Live City thing, and obviously we know what comes with that as a Grizz fan. But still, always, I would say respected his game. Played the game the right way. He got a little bit of short man syndrome that irritates me a little bit. I'm like, why are you so damn angry all the time? But outside of that,
so angry.
That dude, you can never hate on just the way that he prepares, the way that he goes out there and affects the game. And I got the utmost respect also with the way that he's handled every single stop after his prime. Of going in and embracing young guys, being their locker room vet, teaching them the right way. You saw Shea come out and say basically he owes a lot of success he's having right now to CP3. And so, wherever he decides to, end up on his last season, I hope it's somewhere where he can compete because he's gotten so close so many times. I would love him to go out and get one because we saw Carmelo. He didn't get one. Another guy that we love, respect. But shout out to him, man. A well done career. We'll probably be getting some news about his boy Bron here next year or two as well. But yeah, man, salute. I may be in the building for your last time in FedEx Forum if you play. We'll see. So salute to him on that. We are going to run a quick commercial and jump into this really quick Grizz Summer League review from the first game and a preview for the game tonight that's coming up here shortly. So we're going to jump into a really quick commercial break, and we'll be right back on the other side of the No Bluffin podcast. Y'all stay right there. We'll be right back.
Looking for an alternative to alcohol or conventional medicine? Check out Ounce of Hope, a Memphis-based dispensary with 2 local stores in the Sanderland Center and on South Cooper Street. You can get all the products you need in a location convenient to you. Each store offers an intentional shopping experience with dedicated bud tenders to answer all of your questions, from product selection and mushroom blends to our personal favorite, the Delta 9 seltzers. You gotta try the Peach Buzz. Try Ounce of Hope at either one of their 2 Memphis stores or at www.ounceofhope.com for convenient products shipped right to your door. Use the promo code BluffCity for 15% off any order, excluding sale items. Cannot be used in conjunction with other promotions or discounts. One use per customer.
Well, that's a pretty good answer. The correct answer is the Grizzlies will be better if Ja plays 70 games. We can talk all we want about who's going to play where and who's going to get the minutes, and Jalen's minutes and Coward's minutes, and KCP, is he starting? Is he coming off the bench? And is Scotty the backup point guard? And Ty Jerome, what sort of role is he going to have? And can he be really big for us? And, how's Brandon Clark? We can talk all of that stuff. What matters for this team's success is that Ja Morant's playing 70 games. Period.
Well, you know what? I can tell you this much. I want to argue with you, but I can't argue with you. The team is still built around him being great and available, and Jaren being great and available.
Tune in to the Night Court podcast with your hosts, Rob Fisher and Brevin Knight, on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel. In the heart of the Highland Strip for 27 years, Trilogy Tattoo has helped tell stories for Memphians for generations. Located at 530 South Highland, Richie and his team are waiting to help you tell yours.
From tattoos to piercings, your body art should be as unique as you are. Voted a Memphis Flyer top 3 tattoo shop in the city of Memphis since day one. Your story will be safe here at Trilogy Tattoo.
Open 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday, 11 to 11, and 3 to 11 on Sundays. They have convenient times waiting on you. Let Trilogy Tattoo help you tell your story.
Welcome back to the No Bluffin podcast, where we keep it all the way real, all the way raw, and all the way honest about everything. Grizz, welcome back. We're gonna close out this show on just some really, really quick Grizz Summer League pre. I do not like how this is showing up, so I'm gonna fix that in a second. Y'all don't worry about that. Shout out to Thomas Junkin. He was in here talking about DeRozan. Man, if DeRozan got bought out tomorrow and the Grizzlies don't fight tooth and nail to bring him to Memphis, I would be pissed. I would love to have him on the squad for sure. You can bring off the KCP, the bench. You got Jalen Wells next to DeRozan, Ja, and Jaren. Man, I love that lineup. So we'll see what happens. But on the Summer League, the first game was over the weekend. Man, we saw some really good performances from Jalen Wells. G. Jackson did some really good things off the ball. Man, we saw some other highs and lows from some of the other guys, man. But what were some of the things that you saw that stood out to you from that first G League game And then also head into the night, some things that you're looking forward to seeing from the guys.
Before first is it that shout out Choosy Tattoo. That's where I actually got my first tattoo. So we got a new
For
sponsor.
real?
Shout out Choosy Tattoo. That's actually where I got my Edward. My brother had to take me to get my first tattoo. That's where I got this one at Choosy Tattoo. So y'all shout out Choosy Tattoos. Anyway,
For
yeah,
sure,
after
for
the
sure.
first game, I was impressed with a lot that I saw. Of course, start with Jalen and Gigi. They looked like, at least Jalen looked like he was the best player on the floor. It looked like he should not be playing summer league. I know he said he wanted to play. The NBA, the Grizz enforced him to play. You love to hear that from one of your franchise cornerstones. But he looked like he should not be out there, and I mean that in a good way, being that he looked like the best player on the floor. He's defensively, he was controlling the game. He got to his spots offensively, but he wasn't dominating the ball and just forcing the issue every time. The fact when you see a guy that can control the game, impact the game by not dominating the ball, that's the number one thing. Second, Gigi Jackson. We finally got Gigi not patting the ball every single time, like just making a
Thank you,
few
Jesus.
moves with the dribbles, getting to the cup, catch and shoot. Like that's what on this podcast we've been stressed for Gigi to get at. We know Gigi can be a 6'10 Kyrie when he want to and try to put between the leg behind the back, all that, but that's not what we need on this team. Like what I saw from Gigi and Jalen was a very transferable game. Like the roles they're playing on this team are very much the roles I could see them playing going to next season. That's what I
Right.
love to see. Javon Small, he looked great, even though he wasn't filling up the stat sheet. He was controlling the pace on the team, being a disruptive on the offense, on the defensive end, and could pass the ball. Like I knew he could pass, but he even said in his rookie presser, that's probably like an underrated part of his game because he had to score a lot at West Virginia. He can very much
Right.
pass the ball. The team was kind of disoriented when he wasn't in the game when they put Zion Pulling at the one, which I didn't really understand why they were trying to put him at the one. The team looked kind of disoriented when Zion Pulling was running the one compared to Javon Small. Not to harp on Zion Pulling. I know he's a two-way guy, but I'm just calling a spade on that. So I liked what I saw. I actually liked the defensive scheme that I liked from T.I. Like it wasn't a lot of over helping. The rotation seemed a lot more crisp. Like if you could see like a stereotypical like top to bottom good first game, I think that's what we got from pretty much everyone across the floor. The offense looked crisp. There was a lot of pick and rolls, a lot of passing and cutting. Like it looked fluid. You know, it wasn't a lot of guys standing around. Like we wasn't doing a call 45, call Gigi or call Jalen to like get buckets on the offensive end. And the defense turned straight into we didn't see last year a lot of live ball turnovers transition into offense. We didn't see that a lot of last year. We saw a lot of that in the first summer league game. Pressure defense, picking up 94 feet, rotating, helping, getting live ball turnovers, getting out in transition. You can't beat that. So if we can transfer that into the second game, which I think we will, we're playing Ace Bailey in the Utah Jazz tonight. So they got Zach Core, Ace Bailey, and a lot of high-powered offense. I'd love to see what we do against that high-powered team. But from first game overall, I can't complain too much, man. What about you?
Man, I can't wait on board and lock Ace Bailey. Man, I was having a dope conversation with my pops when we were sitting there watching. We watched both games. We watched the Grizz game the other night, and then we watched the Sixers and Jazz game. And I told him, I was like, man, I'm not trying to play on dude downfall. I hope he proves me wrong. But if I'm a bad guy, I think Ace Bailey is going to have a struggling rookie year. And I said this before he stepped foot out there and only hit 8 points, I think, the other night. He definitely reminds me 100% of Gigi coming in. A guy that's been highly touted, feels like he shouldn't be where he is, whether it's by pick or location. And just is not going to be aware enough to say, okay, I need to go out here and impact winning. I saw a lot of GG in him the other night. And so, you're going against them guys tonight, them dogs, and shoot. If our boy Jemiah Mashak, I haven't seen it announced yet, but if he's officially available tonight, you add him, Jalen Wills, and some other guys out there that's pressing the ball 94 feet. Yeah, man, it's gonna be something to see for him tonight. Just in a bad way. So, shifting it back to the guys, I love, like you said, to see GG finally get it in his head and say, bro, do something to impact winning. Play the exact same way that you're going to play when you next to Ja and those other guys, because that's what's going to get you on the court. Saw a video on viral today from FT where he was talking about how Nick Van Exel, his rookie year when he was younger, kind of set him to the side and told him, like, hey, the way that you're going to be able to like these guys are going to like you and you're going to get more minutes and more touches and things like that, they got to enjoy playing with you because they're making the big bucks, not you. And so just keeping that, top of mind. It was a clip went viral last year about Brevin Knight. He was on here talking about, just keeping that logo on your chest and doing the things that you got to do to keep that logo on your chest. That's what Gigi needs to focus on right now, going into the last 2 years of his deal. Next year, I think he's going to be extension eligible, if not before then. And so it's one of those things where that little cute 4-year deal that was so cute, when we gave it to him that 2 years ago, is very fast, like coming to an end. And so you got to make sure,
for sure.
yeah, it's approaching quickly, man. So you got to make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do to get renewed, whether it's with us or another team. I hope he's here. Obviously, y'all know we love Gigi on this podcast, and so love to see that from him. Got some things to clear up on the defensive end, but I saw, Coach Vaughn was talking about he would much rather him kind of more so defend fours or play, not necessarily that jam role, but closer to that than what he is right now as far as guarding on the wings. And I think, T.I., if he's doing the homework on maximizing his players, he'll hopefully look into that, because I think it's a lot of validity there that Gigi is going to be much more of a better help side defender like a Jaren than he will be a Jalen Wells. And if we accept that, empower him and put him in the right position to, for him to be the same way that we should be doing for everybody else, I think you're gonna get the most out of him. And so love seeing what we're seeing from Gigi. Jalen, obviously, I'm not on the train of saying he's too good for summer league yet, but I think he had a very great showing. I want to see a couple more things from him just in his bag before I go out and let him say he's done. Because like we saw Desmond Bane, it was very clear Desmond Bane was just way too goddamn cold to be out there. Suddenly he was out there dribbling, passing, hitting deep threes. Like, it's a lot that comes with that. And I feel like, we sometimes put that on guys a little bit too quick. I want to see him go out there and show a few more things expanded in his game. So hopefully, throughout the Utah Summer League, maybe a few games in Vegas against some other competition, then we can kind of make that decision. But I think he, especially coming off an injury with that wrist, I want to see that man go out there and get some work and continue to build on what this trajectory is starting to look like. So especially if he's going to have the type of season that we all expect him to have going into next year. So, but definitely looking good. I have no complaints at all with him. The other guys is just kind of like, it's cool. I don't understand where all this Orlando Baycott stuff is coming from. He's okay. He's fine. But rushing to put him on the two-way is just insane to me. It's probably going to be a lot better guys that you find throughout the summer league run that you can probably put in that spot over him. And, but we'll see what happens. But definitely want to see what's his name, Make Jack come in tonight and just get them dudes hell. I'm excited to see him probably more than anybody outside of Coward in the summer league. So we'll see what happens there. We still don't have an update on Coward. Somebody, I think they said they've seen him in Memphis recently. So he may not be flying out to Utah. Hopefully he'll get out to Vegas. But tonight, just want to see a good game, see them guys build on good habits, still on that same, vibe they were the other night, pressing, scoring, having fun. And that's really all I got, man. Any other things that you kind of want to touch on or point out before we get up out of here?
Yeah, I want to next. We can do that next week. I know you get out here. I want to talk about Baycott because I'm kind of in the middle. Like, I see what people are saying. I'm not fully committed to saying that. Oh, he's the supplement big that we need. Like, I'm not fully on that train. But I want to talk about Gigi just a little bit more. Like, I see what you're saying that like he probably better like defending on the backside rather than on the wings, and so you'll probably be playing him more in a 4 position. I don't disagree, but I have a small pushback because number one, I don't feel like Gigi's ready, or at least big enough, or at least have the weight to play like a 4. Yes, we live in a modern NBA where guys aren't playing back to the basket and all that. We still need a little more weight on you to be guarding the 4. So I'm not saying he can't play the 4, but the reason I want him playing on the wing or defending on the wing because he got to get those reps regardless. I'm not saying he's going to be a lockdown defender on the wings, but we've seen the playoffs. If they think you're a defensive liability, they would pick you no matter what position on the floor you're playing, 1 through 5. So I like, even if he gets burnt, I still want to see him at least trying to get more reps on the wings because he might not be playing as much during the season, but getting those mental reps, giving those physical reps now can last him into the season. Because I don't want to see in game 60 where we're playing, I don't know, the Nuggets, and like Jamal Murray just keeps putting him in pick and rolls because they know he can't go on the perimeter. Like, he may be getting us on the offensive end, but if they know he can't do on the defensive end, they'll pick on him. So I just want to see more reps on that. Like I'm not disagreeing with you saying, but I want to see GG on the perimeter a little bit more, just so we can get those real game live reps in playing against competition, so it can improve him and help him benefit him when the season comes. So that's all I had.
I think with that, like Gigi's gonna have to work on his hips a little bit more because like he's super athletic. Don't get me wrong when I say this,
Yeah,
but
he's
like
very
as
tight.
far as his
Yeah, he big.
agility is not there from side to side. And I think when you
He's laterally. Yeah.
yeah, like if you try to force that on him, it's not like can he give more effort 100%? I'm not saying he can't. Everybody can give more effort. That's one thing that you can control. You can't control your body makeup. And so it's one of them things that like if he tighten the hips, like yeah, he can go out there do some yoga, he can go out there stretch a little more, do some salsa dancing or some shit. I don't know. But he's got to get definitely a little bit looser in that regard to be able to guard those defenders out. I mean, to guard those wings out there. And so, like I said, it's he's close to something. Like he's close to being 7 foot, bro. He's a legit 6'10". Sometimes when he's standing next to Jaren and Santi, he look right there with him. We wouldn't go out there and expect them to do that. And so I want to give him that same opportunity to put him in a position to where if you can hide him a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Not saying, like you said, they can go out there and pick on him all day. That's something that you just can't, you're never going to be able to prevent that. But just putting him in a position, find if that ain't it, find a way to maximize Gigi to where he's engaged, he's bought in, but also where you can maximize him, bro. Because you look at it like this: if we're doing this retool, this reset, or whatever you want to call it, where looking ahead a couple years from now, if your wing rotation is Jalen Wells, Cedric Coward, let's say KCP or another veteran wing is still here. A GG, a Vince, if he had, decided to get healthy. I know Sane was or DeMichael Cole was talking about earlier. They may have put the super serum in him over the summer. He may have flew over to Europe and got what LeBron gets twice a year. Ain't no telling. But they are definitely excited and ready for him to come in the next season. If you got a wing rotation of that, I ain't even throw in Meshack. Like when you start to talk about the potential of our wing rotation moving forward, all those guys bring something different. GG should be maybe outside of said if we're looking forward, probably the best scorer in that. So again, like just picking those things that you can maximize in each guy and just wring that towel out of the talent, of each one of those guys. I think that's gonna definitely do us some good. And you can't teach the size, bro. So I'm excited for what T.I. is gonna do with them. He's gonna have a full summer for the most part with these young guys. Obviously with the summer league. So my pops, he here talking about let's steal Adam Boner is what you meant. Adam Boner. Man, we was watching him the other night, bro. That dude, he would definitely fit in on the Grizz. Adam Boner is a dog. But they probably ain't gonna let him go. They shouldn't. But if they would, I'll take him. I'll take him for sure. We got my boy DG in here. He said the game still seems fast for GG. Don't put any stock in the summer league. Zaire was good in summer league. Oh, we ain't gonna speak that name. See, why you come in here and blaspheme like that, DG? Come on now. I was talking to somebody earlier
in the chat, DG.
Could you imagine, bro, if you just swap Jalen Wells and Zaire? Like if you would have put Jalen Wells in the same position that Zaire was like a couple years back, how good this team and how probably further along we would be. Like just that simple, let's not speak his name, bro. God dang. God dog.
It's a crazy thought experiment. Like I'm not gonna speak on too much, but we all know Zaire was on this team for a little bit too long, and I feel like we can speculate the reasons why he was on this team too long. But let's still not damper the guys that are here. Like I don't DG. I see your point, but I don't personally put Gigi and Zaire in the same category because even though people like try to damp down what he did on that first season when no one was here, at least he still did it. Like Zaire never had a 40 plus game or 30 plus game on national television. Like I get it. I get the comparisons, another wing and all that, but they not the same. They're not the same, number one. And two, back to your point, Chris, I'm going to try to make this quick. The reason why, like, I see what you're saying about because we have a solidified wing rotation, he may not be asked to do that. But the also point that you said, being that he may be the best scorer, he probably will be if he elevates his potential, be the best scorer in that lineup. It's gonna leave a lot of cross matching that you can give a lot of on the offensive end, but he's lacking on defensive end. That could lead some problems in the playoffs later in the season. Like you gave the Santi and the Jaren comparison because being size-wise, but his game is not predicated on the same thing that Santi and Jaren is. Santi not putting the ball on the floor like Gigi is, and of course we know Jaren's game is not the same. So that's my point, being that Gigi's game is what it is, being that it is so versatile on the wing, he gonna have to, not saying he had to be graded, not saying he had to be damn good, he has to be at least decent to like avoid those cross matches because they can play him off the floor in that. It's not avoidable that they're gonna pick up, but at least comp it down. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he's gonna be a lockdown tomorrow, but at least make it where if they do switch, we not like shivering our boots as much. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, at that point, he just got to have some pride. Don't get cooked, bro. Don't be that guy. Yeah, just have some pride.
I feel you.
But he even said, this coaching staff is explaining stuff. Yep. I got some other little tidbits a few minutes ago, but he's excited. I'll just say that he's definitely excited for this new regime. And
Gigi gonna snitch.
He gonna snitch.
Gigi gonna do? Gigi gonna snitch.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Gigi gonna snitch every single time. It's funny. It's funny how bad he snitch.
I think we probably done on the big moves. Unfortunately, I would see. I would welcome.
Yeah, we're not getting Trey Murphy.
A Trey Murphy or something of that. Man, you give me a Herb Jones, something like that. We'll see if they're open to, because they got a lot of talent down there in New Orleans. They got to kind of sort through now to get some guys some minutes, and I think they probably should hit that red button because I don't know if that team is really primed to go much anywhere, but they got some talent down there. So we'll see what happens with this offseason. There's still a lot of time. Guys can decide to ass out, do whatever they want to do based off conversations. But shit, I would love. Oh, he said no. I meant draft night. See, yeah, now I got some more PTSD. Yep. Never should have traded that damn pick.
now you gonna be tripping. Never should trade that name. We had that. He had our Walker kept had a lot of people had our dang hats on.
Yep.
Anyway, Cole and still waiting. I honestly think that what we're trying to do. I feel like we're trying to package Cole and GD together. I don't know why. I just feel like that's like the most logical move to make because everybody else seems to be like pretty cemented. Like the three guys that I feel like that at least I would think they won't survive to the trading line, at least to the end of this offseason, is BC, Cole, and GD. They trying to package those three guys for something. For someone, maybe another big, another wing. Like I genuinely think those three guys will not play another game in the Grizz uniform. That's just what I wholeheartedly believe. So I'm trying to be patient with this whole Cole Anthony thing because I really think those between the countries of him, GD, and BC can really put us in a good position for something. I'm not saying big, but at least like propel us forward, So that's what I'm thinking is going to happen. Of course, time will tell, but I think we should be goodfully nervous, not goodfully, but I feel like we should be hopefully like nervous or just feeling good about that because I feel like some good could happen with those three contracts right there. Everyone else I feel like was pretty cemented, but those three, I feel like something could come down the line with those three contracts.
For sure. Well, we're gonna get up out of here, man. Appreciate y'all tapping in with us on this good Monday. We got some good summer league ball coming through here shortly, probably about 15 minutes or less. So if y'all don't already, make sure y'all get that Grind City Media app downloaded so y'all can tap in on there. But we'll be back next week. We appreciate y'all. Sorry for coming on a little late. StreamYard, y'all player hating, but it don't matter. Y'all ain't stopping this show. So as we always say, man, y'all have a great week. Do something this week that makes y'all feel good, that makes you happy and puts a smile on your face. And as we always say, go Grizz.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the No Bluffing Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, like and subscribe to Bluff City Media's YouTube page. For comprehensive coverage of all things Memphis sports, head over to www.bluffcitymedia.co and find out how you can become an insider. We will see you back here next week.